Uche Rita Ugwumaye for the past few days has been ringing a bell. This girl woke up one day frustrated, tired of the Nigerian economy. She picked her phone and she made a video. Unfortunately or unfortunately, that video went viral. The video went viral for many reasons. Not only did she call out the country, the leaders, the president on the state of the economy, the rising cost of things, the rising cost of food, the poor living conditions of the country and herself as a case study. But she ended up calling President Tinubu a terrible president. And that was exactly what got her in trouble. You know, people are living on the edge in this country right now. And a lot of people are looking for an opportunity to speak their minds. But most times people are speaking, but nobody's listening. So somehow this girl woke up that day and tried her luck. And luck actually found her. Her voice was very loudly heard by the whole Nigeria. The authorities of NYSC also got wind of it and called her, and her local government inspector called and authorized her to take down the video, of which she refused. Not only did she refuse, she even recorded the call and also posted it on social media for the world to see that she is being threatened. And she also added that Lagos State, where she is serving, is a very smelly state. This also got her in trouble with the Lagos State government. So in the viral video, Uche Rita ended up making a lot of enemies for herself. She made an enemy with the federal government, an enemy with the Lagos State government, an enemy with the NYSC, who told her point and clear that she is a copper. And as a youth copper, she has no right to speak against the government because the NYSC is a paramilitary. I wanted to bring this story for you guys so that you could also know what's going on in the country. Perhaps say what you want in the comment section. So you have to watch this video to the end to understand my perspective. I've always maintained that a child that says father will not sleep, that child will also not sleep. When the government fails to listen to its people, one day they will have to sit down and listen. They say the words are sharper than swords. This is a typical example of such, where somebody's words is hurtful and painful. It will only pain you when you know you are wrong. They say a clear conscience fears no accusation. Having said that, this is what I have to say. And this is me being on the spot. Did Uche, what she said on that video, all the matters she raised on that video, were they on point? 100% yes, they were on point. Everything she said on the rising cost of living in Nigeria was on point. With all due respect. First of all, with all due respect, the office of the President of Nigeria is the highest seat in the land. Probably even higher than that of the royal fathers. That's a seat that should be respected at all times. So I condemn in all forms the calling of our president a terrible president. I think that word should have been rephrased to the president is doing a terrible job, or the president can do better. I think what he's doing here is terrible. But to call the president himself a terrible man somehow is inappropriate. Mostly coming from a youth copper. Be that as it may, I believe that word came out of frustration, of depression, of pain, and the place where she couldn't hold herself. And I've always added, a depression is a sickness. And a depressed person is a mentally ill person. And a mentally ill person cannot be held liable for any offense he or she committed. Calling Lagos State a smelly state, it may be inciting also. Because a lot of people who hail from Lagos, who come from Lagos, whose ancestral home is in Lagos, it's like calling a tribe a dirty tribe. It's like calling a tribe a dirty tribe. So I think that word also was in the heat of the moment and was hurtful to people who come from Lagos. And I thank God that she has come out to apologize for that. I thank God she never called Nigeria a smelly Nigeria. She never called Nigeria an evil country. Thank God she never did that, because that would have still been wrong. But I thank her for bringing out the issues objectively. In the process of bringing out those issues, she may have misspoke. But let us not take away the salient issues she raised. Let us not downplay the issues on ground. The issue on ground is that she said the country is failing. Did she speak on point? Yes, she is on point. Something needs to be done immediately about the country. You can't just fix everything at once. You cannot. You are not God. If you want to fix a building, you make sure some pillars are holding before you fix the other pillar. You can't bring the whole pillars down because you want to fix a building that is collapsing. A is not working, B is not working, C is not working. You want to fix it, then you go and fix everything. What do we hold on to? This lady has claimed that she is on threat. She's receiving messages here and there. I'm calling upon anybody out there who is threatening that girl should desist. That girl is a very small girl. She's a very small girl, and you should be ashamed of yourself, whoever is threatening her, that you should look at a small girl who is trying to speak up for you. You're threatening her. And the NYSC is right to invite her. Very right. Those are your bosses. They have a right to invite you for a query. And you thank you for showing up. I commend Omoyele Sowore for standing up for her in this trying time. That was enough emotional, emotional support. That was enough emotional support you gave her with the lawyers you brought for her. Perhaps if you didn't go with her to the local government, she may have been picked up. She may have been arrested. So you did very well by standing for her at that moment. All we need to do is a deep reflection in this country. We need to ask ourselves questions. Because these younger generations that are coming up, they are the ones that will inherit this country. They are the ones, they are the future of the country. They are the future of tomorrow. So they are complaining for tomorrow. What are you leaving for us? What are you leaving for them? If you keep bringing the country down like this, when they come of age, what do they inherit? They have every right to speak, because over 200 million Nigerian people, each one of them is a potential owner of Nigeria. Nobody owns this country, for all is what. And those that are in power should be careful how they try to gag people's voices. Be very careful. You cannot gag everybody's voice at the same time. What if tomorrow the country doesn't favor you? What do? Power is transient, remember. You may be in power today. What of tomorrow? Look around you and see. Those who were in power in the 80s, those who were in power in the 70s, where are they? Those who were in power in the 90s, and you that's in power now, one day you will leave that seat. It's not your father's property. Whether you are NYSC director, whether you are local government director, whether you are governor, whether you are president, you will one day leave that seat. So the country, when you see people fighting for the country, you should close your mouth and appreciate it. Appreciate people who are fighting for the country, even if you are the one in charge. Don't be carried away by somebody, little insult here and there. What is it? You say a terrible president, and so who has not been? Even Jesus Christ was insulted, and so Jesus Christ was insulted. We should learn to ignore, shift that one aside, and look at the main issue that she raised. A small girl like this, may not be up to 24 years, even has more intelligence than most of us in this country. A small girl. Look at how the whole country wants to pull her down. A small girl. Nobody's talking about what she said. Everybody's talking about who she insulted. It's a pity. It's a pity we are in this situation we are in the country. As usual, In this channel, we say no to any form of discrimination or disrespect. We always say the truth without fear or favor. This has been your host, Chinedu, on your favorite show, Direct on the Spot, the show where we hit it hard and hot on matters of concern that shape and affect our daily lives. Till I see you next video. Peace.